What's going on, everybody? It's Nick, the comic book nerd here. I have a feeling this is going to echo, so I might take this off totally, but yeah, stole this idea from Lamer Frame. Got the whole setup. Thanks for coming on Nick's Picks. We're doing the Halloween edition for Halloween week. I know it's Saturday, but figured get it done today, have some fun. I'll also be dressed up on my Friday morning podcast or show, whatever you want to call it now. I'm getting back into the rhythm of this, so it's been a lot of fun, but I'm going to keep the ball rolling. But yeah, I watched Lamer Frame last night on Rod the Rican, and all of his guys are dressed up. It was so cool to watch, and it was a great show. So if you have some time, definitely check that out. Just check out how they were dressed. It was so perfect. So yeah, before we get started, we'll just do a couple little things. I got an order from ENT Earth that I ordered. I don't even know how long ago. It's been a long time, but 10-inch Mandalorian with the child came. So super stoked to have this finally in the collection. I recently got the one of the two of them separate, like the landscape one, which was pretty cool. I have a whole bunch of those now that I have to find a place to put out. I keep saying on these shows I need to get that toy room going, but gotta find the room first. But yeah, so this finally came. Really cool. And hair's not terrible. All right, good. So again, thanks for watching. With the time I've had off, I've kind of been shut down for like physical stuff for about a week. So I've done a ton of watching of videos and having so much fun with it. Commenting, liking, posting on my Instagram what you guys are doing. So everyone's doing such a great job with everything. But it's great catching up. It's been a long time. I try to catch as many videos a day as I can. I try to drop comments and keep up with the conversation through comments if possible. So love what everybody's doing. Trying to get there. Working on it every day. And like I said, getting on more of a schedule finally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Nick's Picks at 9 every Wednesday night. Make it super simple for me so I'm not racing home to do it. Then I have time to get ready, take some notes, stuff like that. So I think that's going to really help me in the end. On top of that, we're going to go with the schedule for the next two shows too. Mondays are going to be up in the air for a little while, but it's my recommendation show. I'll finally be ready for that. But let's get into some books. So I'll go indie first. Boom Studios, Mega Man Fully Charged. This is book 3. I missed book 2 apparently, which is no big deal, but I got to go get book 2 before I read book 3. So this will go to the bottom of the pile, and it won't be an option for a read of the week unless tomorrow I find time to go to a different LCS because my LCS didn't have book 2. They only get a couple copies of stuff like this, so just a little different. I got Rick and Morty Ever After. So I finished Rick and Morty Go to Hell book 5. Really liked it. Cool little ending. And now we'll see how it goes for the Ever After. I don't know if this is a one-shot. It doesn't say it on there. Thankfully, it was a $3.99 book. I feel like sometimes these Rick and Mortys I get caught up spending like $5 on. And I know it's only $1, but my budgeting has been good. All right, there's a to be continued at the end. Oh, yeah. But like I said, I've been saying it for weeks. I'm waiting for that Rick and Morty 60. That's probably never coming because I never look into it. So, but Rick and Morty Ever After. This is book cover. I want to say this is cover A. Went with A. Cover B was like a black and white Rick and Morty, like Little Red Riding Hood thing where they're in the woods and they've got the little red tints, but everything else is black and white. Pretty cool. I bought what's going to be, this is my 3rd Spawn ever. I just think this is great. You know, being a Black Panther fan, I think that they did this is just awesome. Great for McFarlane. Really cool cover. This isn't going to be a read. This will go right into, this will probably stay out for a little bit, actually. I'll probably find a spot for this. But I really liked it. And I didn't expect them to have a lot of copies. Every other copy was this. So I ended up just going with it and it was $3. So that's what I mean by like, if I were to spend $5, you know, you saved $1 here And realistically, like in my head, I saved $1 on Rick and Morty, even though I probably didn't, but I could have. So I thought, why not for an extra book? And there were some expensive books this week, as everybody knows. It was a big week for a couple of companies. I got my Undiscovered Country, Book 9 by Scott Snyder. This was cover A. 99% sure this was cover A. You know what's funny? I tell myself that I'm reading this, and like I tried to explain it to somebody the other day, and I couldn't. It was almost like I haven't read it. But then I noticed that while I read it, I 100% remember what's going on. So that's my one problem with this book, is that I always confuse myself. But we'll move on. As you all know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know Undiscovered Country, like a lot of stuff Scott Snyder. I go with 2 covers. So I got A, and I went B, which I think is an awesome cover. Cool color combo in there. There's some purple and pinks with the skull and everything. So really like what's going on. My big problem with these covers is a lot of the time you don't know what's going on. Like it doesn't correlate to the book very well. So that parasite looking thing that was on book A, that's going on in the story. The skull though here, I don't know what's that about. I don't know if it's not going to be a part of it or if this was just cool artwork that they used, you know? So we'll find out. Gonna try and get some reads in tonight. Was this my last indie? Yeah, my last indie, as everybody probably hunted for, or maybe you didn't. I say probably because I watched so many videos between last night. I watched John's Comics with Kids. He talked about possibly picking this up and how it was a new storyline. So I decided to go with it for that reason. Thanks for the thumbs up. I can't see who's on ever, but thank you so much. Love it. Thanks for being here. And it was like a nice starting point. So thanks, dude. It's the whole thing. It runs all the way down. It's like a giant onesie. But I ended up getting The Last Ronin. All we had at my shop was cover A for cover price. So $8.99. It's a lot of money, like I said. I will read this. My goal is to not make it read of the week just because I haven't been reading Ninja Turtles. But it's a new starting point, so maybe it will be. Who knows? I'm going to aim to not make it. I'm going to aim to just sit back and enjoy this as a new book. Find out what's going on. I have no clue if they're going to tell us who was in this, but I got 2 covers because one cover is going to be my read, and I decided the other cover is going to be my first ever AOK I'm going to send out. So I learned like a couple weeks ago, I've watched a bunch of AOK videos, and then I asked somebody, I was like, hey, you just shot an AOK. Like, what is that? And it was Rod the Rican, who helps me out with everything when I ask him questions, and he explained to me that an AOK is simply an act of kindness. So somebody's going to get this book sent to me in the mail. I don't know who it's going to be. I had an idea today, and then the person I was going to send it to got like 2 or 3 copies, and I was like, they don't need another one, but maybe I'll still do it because they do giveaways and stuff. So this will be my first ever AOK send-off. So 2 of The Last Ronin, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story, and hoping to enjoy it. Looking forward to it. Marvel, I put up the goose egg. I pulled a nice little Odell Beckham Jr., if you have him in fantasy football from last week. Shooting a video, hold on. And so yeah, Marvel, I ended up with nothing, but I also learned that, and I asked around to a couple shops, made some phone calls. I was hoping to get my hands on Wolverine 6 finally. I'm crazy to think I was going to get it, I realized. It was a cool cover with him holding the swords, and it goes into the X of Swords, which I haven't read. My goal, though, is to read that as a trade back when it comes back, and as a trade, not a trade back. Maybe get like the hardcover version of like Helion's and Ten of Swords, because they look great and everybody raves about it. I just didn't start from the beginning, so to catch up now would be so much, but I'm willing to read it all at once later on. So struck out on Wolverine 6, so my Wolverine story ends at book 5, which is okay. I know they all cross over, and it's going to be a great read in the end. I enjoyed Wolverine 1 through 5. There wasn't too much going on, but it was nice to finally have that return of Wolverine. So, and now we'll just jump into DC. I got Batman and Superman, book 13, B cover. My pull list had the A, and they had the option of B, and I was like, you know what? These B covers are pretty cool. It's kind of like an older style Batman, I feel like. It almost looks like a Val Kilmer or Michael Keaton Batman, but I thought this was a nice cover with the red background. Let's see where this is going to go. And this was also a new starting point for anybody who's a Batman fan, just like Batman 101, just like The Last Ronin for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can read Detective Comics. I know this is issue number 1029. Book 1029 is a new starting point for a story. It's a new story arc. So if you want to start, here it is. What's weird, I don't know if they're introducing a new character or not. I was only allowed one copy of this one, which is fine. I always only buy one copy of Detective, but this was the only option, and Cover A was the only other option. So I'm wondering if maybe my shop just personally didn't have enough or didn't get their full load of him. But it showed one copy only, so I figured still just take one because that's what I normally do. And also what I meant to mention was Last Ronin, you were only allowed 2 copies. And like I said, all they had was Cover A. I flipped through a bunch of them, which was fine because I was cool with that no matter what. I figured go in, just get A if they have a nice one. There was only one cover I truly didn't like. I don't remember who drew it, but I figured just take what you can get. My next DC book is Death Metal, The Rise of the New God. Kind of excited for this because a lot of these outer death metal books are killing it compared to death metal, which is not a good thing, I think. I thought Robin King was good. If you watched my review video from last Friday, even though I was literally sleeping during the video, I just rewatched it and was like, what are you doing? And then the Multiverse End, that was great. They had a lot of great characters show up in that. No real main story characters. I thought it was really cool. So I'm actually looking forward to this in a way. And $5.99. See, this is where I told you guys I would lose that money in some fashion. It's a regular size comic book. Maybe there's a couple extra pages in here, but there's still ads and everything. I just lost that $2. $1, $2. If you spend $4.99, spent $5.99 on this. Just threw me off. Didn't even notice when I bought it. Just like I think Robin King was $5.99. It kills me. I got this one shot, The Last God, Songs of the Lost Children. Love this cover. It looks super dope. This is another book where all the time, like, I can try and explain it to people, and I'm like, I don't actually remember it. But then I'm reading it, and I was like, I remember everything. Like, I remember the characters. I remember what's going on in both times. So I'm guessing this is going to have the same thing, but cool little tie-in. Maybe my read of the week. Who knows? Haven't gotten there yet. I didn't get to read anything yet before shooting this video, so. And my last book from DC, Thinny. I hate the backs of these. I was just looking for a price. Batman, The Three Jokers, book 3. This is the finale of the Three Jokers series. So I've enjoyed it. I know a lot of people haven't. I know a lot of things are going on randomly at once, but I had the option of all the covers. I believe this was the A cover. They had this cover, the Jason Todd with the red hood on. They had the Joker with no makeup on, which was cool, but I was like, I don't want that. They had the Joker. There were 2 other Joker face covers. I don't remember what they were doing there. Oh, one of them had the hat on, like the Killing Joke, sort of. And then the other one, I think it was just a different facial expression, I want to say, but I think this was cover A. Was hoping for cover A, so glad I got this. Maybe read of the week. We'll find out. The finale. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with this book. I don't know, but I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to read all these books. There's really all these books I just got, I'm very much looking forward to. So I've gone way over my usual time, but that's okay. Thanks again for coming on and checking out the show. My read of the week will be Friday morning at 10 a.m. I actually have notes written down, and I have to stop looking to the side for them. 10 a.m. Friday morning, live on YouTube. That might be also on Instagram. Probably not, because I'm not loving the Instagram platform. I know it's working well for a lot of people, and that's great. When I started doing all of this, that's what I used, and it just got to me. So it's kind of like I have hard feelings towards it, but I'll get past that. I'll have on a different costume for the week of Halloween. And like I said, I'm ready for my Monday review show. So we'll do that live also. Anybody new to the channel, like the video if you did. Leave a comment. Tell me what you picked up today. Tell me what cover of something you picked up. If you had the options. I'd love to answer some responses. So averaging the same amount of likes as always. Trying to just bump that number up a little bit and trying to help out showing other people's videos and everything. So like I said, it's been so much fun to watch everybody. I love doing this. and trying to get back on track. So it's working out right now. And yeah, I'm just going to keep shooting and keep watching. Going to get into some reads, getting tired. So I'll probably call it in like 45 minutes. So if you like the video, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. My subscriber count is going up, which is wonderful. I love to see that. And I just have to keep the videos up to keep up with that. So, and free over the weekend. So I'm going to try and put something together for maybe Saturday evening before Coast to Coast, or even talk about Rob about making my second appearance on there. So thank you guys so much. Please stay safe during all this. Still have a safe Halloween. Keep everyone around you safe and read your comics.